Hello and welcome. My name is James Marcuzzo, and I am here to explain to you what the KSS is. Well, hopefully, you haven't heard too many horror stories. KSS really isn't that bad. It's a class about civics. It's a little bit about political philosophy and history and political science and psychology. It's about how humans organize, values and behaviors. A little bit discussion about the nation states of the international system and how they relate to one another. Um, it's kind of a political science, sociology, history class with a focus on the idea of civic engagement, which is going to lead us to the project that you're going to be involved in a moment. But we'll get there in a second. We're going to start the class with a couple of articles, and you're going to read these articles and you're going to show how they relate together. And in week 2, you're going to do the same thing. And as you move forward with these articles, you're going to broaden your understanding of the concepts that they discuss. Putnam and Oldenquist, for example, in week 1 are going to talk about citizenship engagement and citizenship education. How do you build a healthy society, and how does a healthy society function? In week 2, we'll read Martin Luther King's letter from Birmingham jail and Amitai Etzioni's Good Society. And they'll talk about fairness and justice and how societies include and exclude and how societies come to set standards and behaviors. Weeks 3, 4, and 5 will address the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the amendments. And then in week 6, we'll get to discussions about the individual versus the group and who is or what is the primary unit of analysis. Are we individuals in a society, or are we a social group, and then individuals carve out identity after the fact? These are not small questions, and the answers, right, can lead to profound considerations. Then after that, we'll talk about the international system a bit, and hopefully you'll get to see sort of a broadly moving and broadly encompassing story about the place we live in, how it functions and why it functions the way it does, and how it's changed over time. As you do all of this in the classroom with your discussion boards, as you interact with one another and you write the application assignments for me where you cite and discuss the authors. Outside of class, you'll do this civic engagement project, the CEP. You will either create some sort of volunteer project on your own, which you're encouraged to do. You can also join something that already exists. You can go to Habitat for Humanity or homeless shelter, food pantries, any type of volunteer thing that you go out and give your time and engage with other people for the benefit of yet other people. The idea is that you understand that we live in a society that necessitates the participation of all of the citizens within it. We have a moral obligation to be informed, to participate, and to weigh in on important issues, because if we don't, somebody else will. And so if you just think that you can trust whoever else wants to make decisions on your behalf, go ahead. I do not. And I suspect that most of you don't either. The world's changing, and it's actually changing faster because of the rate of communication technology. So we really need to be aware of what's going on. And this class is just a little kind of stepping stone into that world of, you got to wake up, you got to show up for life, you got to participate. And well, that's I think really that's the gist of the class. We'll be talking again soon.